This past Friday, I was with my partner Christy at a surgery center. She had to have a minor surgical procedure done. Everything's good, we're all good. But if you've ever been to a surgery center, you know that most of what you do is wait. And I knew that, and I don't wait well, so I needed to distract myself with some noise. And for me, that noise was work. I just brought work to do, my laptop, so that I could get some stuff done while I was waiting for Christy. We had to be there first thing in the morning at 6 a.m., and it turns out that after Christy went to surgery, I was left with two other men whose partners, significant others, family members were off to surgery as well. And you know, you're in a surgery center, you're trying to distract yourself from concern, maybe in some worry about your loved ones who are having surgery. But again, you're just trying to pass time as well. And all three of us were doing that in different ways. I, again, was trying to distract myself with the noise of work and its busyness. There was another man on the other side of the waiting room who was on a cell phone with a family member, and they got into a conversation about politics, which got pretty loud and, in my opinion, pretty obnoxious. He was very passionate about his side of things and was not very respectful about anybody who maybe wasn't on that side. And I've been swept up in politics from time to time. And I know that when I have, speaking personally, I've never really been happy. And this man didn't seem too happy, but he was distracted, at least, I guess. Then there was a third man, this elderly man, who was getting a cup of coffee from the coffee station in the surgery center. And when he went to toss out his creamer and sugar pack, there was a garbage can right beneath a row of windows. And he threw everything out, looked up, and was caught off guard by the beauty outside. The windows were overlooking a drainage pond, and the morning sunlight was shimmering off the water, and some ducks had just flown in. And this happened right next to the chair in which I was working, and he looked up and kind of quietly uttered this sense of awe when he said, "Wow, it's a beautiful morning." And then he just proceeded to stand there as he sipped his entire cup of coffee slowly, and it took minutes and minutes. He just stood there, sipping his coffee and taking in the beauty of the morning in this drainage pond with ducks and the morning sunlight. All three of us waited. I think one of us waited really well. Two of us just tried to distract ourselves with noise. Myself, the noise of work, and this other person, the noise of politics. But this third man, this elderly man at the window, allowed himself to be pulled into some silence and to wait in silence. And as a result, was allowed to be pulled into some beautiful awe and wonder, and I would say prayer. In Psalm 62, the psalmist comes back to this mantra, "In silence my soul waits," over and over, as the psalmist is trying to navigate a very loud and stressful and scary and divided world. And isn't that the same kind of world we live in today? But the gift of Lent, the season of Lent, is that it offers an antidote to that loud and divided and bitterly judgmental at times and cynical, busy world. Lent offers an antidote by offering us an invitation to pause and pray in a way that allows us to be pulled into some holy silence, to allow our souls to wait in some holy silence. And the gift of Lent is that we can do that even in a busy and loud and chaotic world. And it doesn't take much. Sometimes all it takes to help us do that is a cheap cup of coffee in a drainage pond with some ducks in it. All to come to discover that the love of Lent that leads to Easter is really never heard in the noise of life, in the struggle for power and politics, even in the busyness of work. But rather, the love of Lent that is able to lead to Easter so often comes as a faint whisper in the stillness underneath it all. And we can hear it if we take the time to stop, to sit in some silence and listen. Lenten peace and blessings to you all.